Hi, I'm Thomas E. Strunk, the author of Transfigurations, which is going to be published by Main Street Rag Press in the springtime here. And so I'm just going to share a few poems and say a few things about that collection. It's a collection of poems that is in three parts. The first part, and each of them has a different emotional register. The first part kind of has a series of poems in a memoiristic style. The second part is about loss, and the final third part is about the process of healing. So I'm going to read a poem or two from each of those sections to give you a sense of the tone in the overall collection. So the first poem here is "We Sat Silent on the Sunset Docks." We sat silent on the sunset docks of the ancient Piraeus, looking off to Salamis while we waited to board our ferry to Crete. You in your cut-off jeans and t-shirt, Retsina still on your breath, and a cigarette in your hand. I could not speak the thoughts behind your eyes, could not tell the secrets they held. You had decided you were leaving earlier than expected. Tomorrow we'll wake in the port of Hanya, then you'll be off to Heraklion, me back to the mainland, to learn that there are some waters even the Mediterranean moon can't reflect. So this is a poem from the second part of the collection that looks at loss a little bit, and this is called A Last Letter. I don't remember washing the dishes. I don't know how the girls got ready for school. I suspect that at some point these daily tasks became a welcome distraction. I'm not sure when that happened. I remember silent, half-eaten meals. We spent several days going through your things. At first, stacks of paper in the mail you used to leave on the counters. We took longer to get through the more meaningful things. Your journal still sits on your nightstand. Your clothes still in your closet, the door closed. One sunny afternoon, I cleared off your desk, unable to work, looking at it from my own, and tired of staring off into the distance. I found myself filing through papers, ATM receipts, an electric bill, an incomplete to-do list, until I found a postcard I had written you last autumn. You were then already sick. We just didn't know it yet. What would I have written had I known? Instead, the weather, something about the shoreline, but then this bitterness. Next year, let's return here, together, to see the hills in fall. And then this is a poem from the last section, kind of a part that looks at rebirth and healing and renewal, and this is called Baptism at Farnwald. I walked out into the darkness as twilight sank beyond the horizon. I went, a solitary walker beneath the willow and linden trees. I reached the lake near Farnwald. A steady wind greeted me, cool and persistent, caressing my cheeks, after driving the waves headlong into the rocky shore. For how many ages have these winds pushed these waters upon these rocks with such gentle ferocity? I paused. I had come to the bend in the shoreline, where the rocks yield to a stony beach. I was drawn down to the water's edge, by the waves' constant hum, yielding into a hushed lapping, washing the stones to sand. I stripped off my clothes, jumped in, a young man's gesture. Icy waters washed through my hair and clung to my skin. I came up into the cold night air. The reflected light from a crescent moon hung above the lake. My feet touched the slippery rocks beneath the water. I stood swaying in the waves, feeling the earth, the water, the air, all at once. So there's a little sample from the collection Transfigurations that's going to be out with Main Street Rag Press and available now and for advanced ordering at mainstreetragbookstore.com. Thanks a lot.